Mark, nice to see you. Tommy. First of all, we've got the two of you today. Just want to ask about Hugo.
Yeah, unfortunately Hugo has not been able to come into training today. He's had a very close family bereavement, which is not a good thing at any time, but obviously with the preparation he's very much part of. We're good at, but our thoughts are with him, and he would normally be sat right next to me, so yeah, our thoughts are with him.
Thank you. So another week, another cup game. It's not just another cup game, is it, really? How do you see it, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the next game, and I say this near every time I speak to you, Reg. I don't look beyond a league game when we've got a league game on a Saturday, then a Tuesday, and this week we've got an FA Cup game on the Saturday, and we haven't got a game until the following Saturday. So our focus since the previous weekend has been absolutely on, trying to progress the club through the next round of the FA Cup. Is it going to be an easy task? Of course it's not, but this is why you coach, this is why you manage, this is why you play the game, to play in games that are attracting the attention that this one is. The cameras are there, there'll be near enough a full house, I believe, at the walk, so we're really all looking forward to the occasion.
Mark, how do the players cope with the disappointment after Saturday's game against Hemel? How's that been for you, trying to pick the players back up?
To be honest, I think we moved on really quickly. They come in bright on Monday. They probably worked a bit too hard because they were so willing to get it out of their system. We put on a bright session for them Tuesday as well. So, look, it's disappointing. Never nice to go out on penalties, especially with a last-minute equaliser from the Sales. But look, it was one of those games where we missed chances and should have put them to bed. Even their manager said that in the chat afterwards. But yeah, they've got it over quickly, and the best way to do that is through training well.
Coming to you now, Tommy, how did you prepare the players for the media that's gathered around this game a bit more than what they're normally used to? Does it change their mentality when they're training?
Well, it's not your norm, at this level of the game, but some of the lads have been around it in previous lives, if you like, at clubs that they've been out before. So it is part of the game, isn't it? Both coaches and players have got to speak to reporters or cameramen or whoever else it is. So it's part of them growing up or growing into the role, and hopefully some of them will have to do a lot more in the future. So it is slightly like it's usually you and I on a Thursday. There's a little bit more than that happened this week. We've had near enough every tabloid and some of the broadsheets actually on the phone and Zoom meetings and stuff. So look, we're understanding of why that is. Somebody will make headlines at the end of the weekend because there'll be a smaller club beats a bit bigger club, and we're first up, if you like, in terms of the scheduling for the BBC. So we're looking forward to being on that stage, and we'll be giving it everything we have as a group of people and as a football club in town to try and progress.
Thinking about the fitness and the recovery of the players since last weekend, any concerns going into the weekend's game? No,
we're healthy. We're good to go. We're basically, we've had one or two niggles and knocks, but you tend to have that after every after every Saturday game back onto the Monday. So we just have to look after one or two with a few kid gloves for a little while, but everybody's trained nicely this morning, and we expect a really good prep day Friday, and then bring it on Saturday.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, when you arrive at the ground, and Mark, in more recent times you've been playing in those sort of games, how is that for the players walking along and seeing cameras around? How did that affect you at that level?
You'll certainly notice the difference, more so for the crowds. It'd be nice to see a full walks for the first time. I think when the gaffer and Hugo initially come in, there was less than 500 at the game, so we've come on leaps and bounds. I think our players will thrive off it. They've been at big clubs and not really been consistent in playing games, a lot of the younger lads at the bigger clubs, so this is a taste where they want to be, and they should be, in my opinion.
Gary?
Yeah, we're done.
Or yours, sir?
Yeah, Tommy, how important is this game for yourself financially and for your fans and your young players? How important is this game Saturday, being the big game on the telly on Saturday afternoon?
Well, I mean, it's obviously a huge benefit to the football club. Nobody's going to make any bones about that, and we've just got to be mindful that this is the game. It's not for the players and for the staff. It's not about the residuals and what goes and what might be and what could be and what may be. It is a football match in 90 minutes and it's 11v11. So from my point of view, I've got to keep my football head on. It's for other people at this football club to tell you about the ins and outs of what it would mean beneficially in terms of finances and stuff like that.
And as for a second round draw, having Stevenage at home, which are a really decent side.
Yeah.
How good is that for all the fans? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of connections between the two clubs, more than you probably realise. We know the staff there very, very well and have done for a long time. It's not a million miles away, so they're going to bring a decent contingency of following as well. So that really all adds to the mix. And, you know, let's be honest, we've come up against a League Two side and we've progressed. So the ultimate fear factor for our lads was gone. We've been to a big arena and done it away from home. We've been very strong at home this season. And I don't think we fear anybody, and that's not us being, you know, bravado or anything like that. We are confident in the way we play, and we're very, very respectful of the way the opposition play, whoever that be. And we know that Steve and his staff will have done their diligence as well as we've done ours, and it'll be two blokes on the side or two staffs on the side of the pitch giving everything they can between 3 and 5 o'clock to win the game, and 22 lads there. Listen, 50% of us will be winners on Saturday and 50% will be losers. We want to be in the right half.
And it's going to be quite an exciting bit with you and Steve Evans.
Yeah, listen, that's a sideshow from my point of view. I'm like I said, I've known Steve a long time in the game, and you cannot argue about the guy's record. He's got a fantastic career behind him. He's a football man. Listen, we all have personas between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock because, as my youth team coach used to say, we'd kick our granny to win a game. Now, Steve's no different to anybody else. He might be a little louder, but that might be a good contest. But other than that, you know, it's about the lads on the pitch, and I'm sure Steve will say the same thing. Make the best team win.
Playing under your dad, FA Cup, massive game for you Saturday. I mean, what's it feel like?
It's great. These are the games you want to be a part of. I don't think playing for my dad has anything to do with it, to be honest. Like I said, I'm here to do a job, and the job is to get through the next round, and that's what we'll be looking to do. I
mean, how exciting is it to be the main game on BBC this weekend? And I mean, I expect all your family, your brothers, your wives, everyone will be there. I mean, how exciting is it for the town and for your family in particular? Yeah,
it's brilliant. It's brilliant for the club, especially. I know the chairman will be happy. It seems like there's going to be a great turnout. Everyone's watching BBC at the minute anyway because of the World Cup, so football's hot at the minute. Hopefully we can put on a good performance, and it'd be good on TV to you know, showcase our talents and see if we can get through.
And having your dad as your manager, when does it stop? Like dad, manager, when does that all stop?
I don't know. Well, it's work. Like I say, I wake up, I come to work. We don't socialise at work like it's a father-son relationship, but away from it we can, and we have that balance. I mean, there's no pressure on it like that. If anything, sometimes maybe I feel he can be a bit hard on me, but I think I can handle that, and it's good. But I think it brings the best out of me, and it probably brings the best out of him too.
What will you be calling at 3 o'clock on Saturday?
I'm not too sure. I'll be in my own zone at that point, I think. So.
And is it gaffer?
Yeah, gaffer for sure.
With all the media interest around this particular game, how does that affect the players and you, and how do you cope with that extra pressure and focus on you in the training sessions in the week leading up to the game?
Yeah, well, I think it's been probably made clear to all of us that, like you say, it's another game. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's on a wider scale, and obviously we're on TV or whatever. But I think a lot of the boys have probably been in these situations before. So I think it's just about focusing. I think we've been really focused. We've had a good week of training. It's important now to just continue what we're doing this week and keep focusing on what Stevenage are going to do and what they're going to bring. And obviously just focus on the weekend, not get too interested in what's going on outside.
You say a number of the players have been here before. What's the furthest you've been in the FA Cup in your career so far?
I don't actually. Well, when I was at Reading, we always come in the third round anyway. When I was 17, when I was in the first team, like I was just about to make my debut and stuff. We got quite far. I think we played Everton and Crystal Palace, and I think I was on the bench for. I think it was both of them, or maybe one. I think it was the Crystal Palace game. So I I can't remember what round it was, but I've had some. Listen, it's a great competition, isn't it? So it's one you want to be a part of.
What does a game represent to you like this personally?
Just another. I think for me, I feel like I can mix it in with the players, at that sort of level. So for me, it's just about bringing my game. I feel like if I bring my game, then it could be a good outcome for us, and same with everyone else. I think it's important that everyone just do what we do in the league and do what we've done against Doncaster. I think that proved it more than anything. I think we controlled that whole game. So hopefully we can. Obviously, it's going to be they're a different team, completely different to what Doncaster are. So hopefully we can kind of do the same thing as what we've done at Doncaster, but better.
Scotty, it's been quite a journey, as they say, for you since you joined the club in summertime.
Yeah.
You paid your way sort of for training and the trial period. What are you thinking now? Tell me about how it's feeling for you going into this game at this level.
Just really looking forward to it. I've never really played in front of TV on BBC, so it's a big occasion for me. Full family's coming down, so just really looking forward to it.
You mentioned the family. I mean, your dad's obviously played a few games around this sort of level before. Do you have conversations? Do you discuss this sort of thing with him?
Yeah, every day he's ringing me to talk about what I could do better, what I've done well. Just all my life really, he's given me that extra information what to do in each game and also in training.
Any nuggets that you think, wish I'd done that, or I should have done that?
Yeah, obviously, like watching the games after, always watching with my dad, see what I've done well, and then he just
Tell you to pass me the ball.
Yeah, he just tells him to pass the ball.
That'd be that shout. Just give me the ball.
With all his experience, he tells me what I could do better, and that, so I really appreciate it.
And coming back to you, Josh, I mean, looking ahead, we get something out of Saturday. Who do you want, if we're in that draw on Monday, what's your dream draw?
Man United away.
Reason?
Support them. Obviously, big club, innit? Wouldn't want Man City or Liverpool or anyone like that, to be fair, because, wouldn't be very nice. But Man United, obviously I support them, so yeah.
Scotty, what about you?
Liverpool or Sunderland away. The ideal.